We coming out?
Yes.
It's coming out 10:05.
This is my kids are.
She said 10:05.
Yes, sir.
Plus class.
All down, the price is right.
We'll catch you 1 year, at least one of ours. Well, Coulter, Wyatt. Yeah.
I know they go to my home run derby and get somebody to hear about tomorrow.
Hide it there. I didn't realize what that agenda was right there. And I slid it over here and I was trying to mark. Wait a minute. It's not going in on me. Okay, Jeff, you set back up, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, the board went into closed session at 9:30. Come out of closed at 10:05, reconvened at open. Now we're moving into closing items, future agenda items.
Okay, trustees, we are looking at what we're going to do. I know it says on there August 9th or 16th is for a regular board meeting. What we're going to do, if y'all are okay with it, is instead we're going to move the regular board meeting to the 30th of August. And that we'll do the public hearing on the budget and the tax rate and the regular board meeting all on that night. Okay. And so what that allows the opportunity to do is that essentially should be a very quick one, because essentially what we're going to do is the bulk of that night anyways would have been the budget. And so instead of doing that, what we'll do is on the 9th or the 16th, have a budget workshop. So in other words, that would be the only item that would be on there. So in other words, instead of us trying to shove it all in one night and your eyes start going crossed, that we just do it one night, do the budget, ask your questions, those types of things. Let's have that be an open discussion as to exactly what do you want to see? Is there any questions? Those types of things. We can answer some things. If there's some things we want to train on, we certainly can. And then what we could do is that once we get to the 30th, all we're doing at that point is finalizing. So there should not be as many questions on that night. So we can just roll through and essentially adopt and move on, if that works for everybody. So can everybody do the 9th, which would be essentially that would have been the regular agenda. That would have been the regular
Monday.
the second Monday of August. So that would have been the regular night. Would y'all be able to do that for a budget workshop?
I'm just gonna put a request off for call night.
Okay. All right.
This regular board meeting, yes, the 30th, hopefully.
Okay. All right. And
I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna need a place to stay because that's my wedding anniversary.
the 16th.
No, the 30th.
Oh, by
So-
the 16th.
Someone can house me for a night.
She can come up here and sit right next to you.
Yeah, that's
Memorable.
that'd be memorable.
Well, hey, you know what? We'll even get a cake. We'll have a cake that night for you. So how's that sound? Will that work?
I'll sing some Barry White music to you.
Oh,
Now that-
we'll all be here for that. We'll all be here. I want to hear all about that. Man, I can't wait to see the song list for that one.
So everybody good for the 9th?
And really, honestly, if we don't want to do it on the 30th, we could do it on the 31st, because I just have to have the budget approved by the 31st. So at midnight is when the budget has to be set. So we can do the 30th or the 31st. I mean, it's really, there's nothing to that.
I just need to make sure I'm not on call.
Who cares about the on-call? Have you talked to the one that matters more?
Well, if I'm on call that night, it does matter.
Oh,
So as long as I'm on call, I might be able to get budget. That's a long meeting. So
Okay.
she might be here.
well, and I promise you the August 30th one, I don't anticipate that one being a very long meeting, because it's going to be pretty much streamlined.
I'll hold you to that one.
So, because if there is any longer items, what we will do is on that budget workshop, we'll attach those at that point. So anyways, I mean, even though it's a workshop, you still can, you conduct business at that point. So if we can get some of those things out of the way, we'll just get those out on that day so that we can, that 30th meeting will not be as long. But typically August, we have 2 meetings. I mean, it's just what goes with it. So, so are we okay with the 9th and the 30th? Do we want to do 7:30 still on both of those? Different one for different time? What would y'all like to do on this?
Well, the budget's gonna take a while. I'd say move it up a little bit.
Okay.
I'll let y'all make that decision. I like the earlier times, but that's me. But I don't know about work for everyone else, so.
I'm gonna go with either or.
Yeah, I mean, if it's gonna take longer.
Yeah, if the budget's gonna take a while, let's move it up.
I mean, budget, you're looking at probably somewhere around, I mean, really, if you want to have some discussion, I mean, usually 2.5 hours, I mean, at tops. So, I mean, really.
Let's do that one at 6.
Do that one at 6? Okay. And then do you just want to do the regular meeting at 7:30 or 7 or what?
7:30 if you'll make it a 30-minute meeting.
I'll try.
Danny gonna hold your feet to the fire on that. So we got those two.
Yes.
Anything else on board calendar?
Board calendar, just the fact that we're going to, we'll go ahead and post for that additional aid tomorrow. And then essentially after that, we're looking at those 2 nights. And so otherwise, we really don't have anything else at that point. We'll get certified values on the 15th, so we'll have that taken care of. And then after that, it's just a matter of us getting up and running. The August, when is new teacher orientation?
The 9th.
The 9th, and the 10th at 10:01 in the morning is when we're going to meet with all the staff. So if any of y'all want to come up and say anything to the staff or anything else, that's going to be our first time for them. They'll be on campus at 9, but we'll actually have our opening meeting at 10:01. And so I do that just for Ms. McWilliams.
What day was that again?
Do it. It's going to be on the 10th, correct? Is it 10th at 10:01?
Yes.
Actually, I could do 10th at 10:10. That would not, that would be good too. But see, 10:01 is backwards, 1001. So.
All right, anybody else have anything to add? Track
I
takeaway?
believe Dr. Kelly has one.
Wow. Just kept. I just let y'all guys know that July 29th, I'm kind of having a kind of community think tank. Just because I've been seeing a lot of increase in drugs. Everybody's been hearing that too. I mean, I'm sure everybody's heard. But just what I've been seeing in the community, and I just decided to finally throw in the towel and try and do something. And I came talk with Jason about trying to see about it, getting the school involved with it. And then we set a date, and it's kind of progressing on. I've got a bunch of community leaders. We've got the judge, we've got the mayor, we've got police, sheriff, we've got Gateway out of Sweetwater coming. Got a couple other business leaders, just to kind of come in, do a big think tank. I've invited Jeff as well, church leaders that are living in the community. I'm working on getting them all invited. I've got one more left to get to. And then just kind of come in, we're going to sit down and kind of talk and trying to see if we can develop a plan of attack to kind of help address this issue and shine light on the issue and see if we can provide other services and get in alignment altogether. Because sheriff's trying to do something here and there. School's trying to do something here. Churches are doing something here, but we're not all doing it together. So if we can all come together and try and align and find a common path, then I think we can really kind of fight it a little better and stronger. So just
Where and what time, Kevin?
it is going to be at 2:00. He'll be here. It is open.
What did you say that was?
It's the 29th of July.
And
we are going
to stream it.
We're going to stream it.
So we're going to be in this room. We're going to stream it so that even people from the community at large can get on. We'll publicize that with the link so that everybody can hear the same conversation. And that's the biggest deal, is we want to make sure that people are able to hear. It's not a closed session. It's not, it's not really
secretive or anything
Yeah.
like that. It's just, I'm just trying to get the community involved because it does take the village to raise our kids. And so I've got to get as many people involved. And I started there because they have, all these people have resources that they want to utilize, but how are we all come in alignment together? And so that's what I'm hoping to get out of it. Everybody has great ideas, and it's trying to focus them and kind of get them in line. So.
And it fits right in line with what one of our priorities for the school district. So it fits great. I mean, all together, I think it's going to be a great time for us all to get together and really make an impact. So that's kind of what we're wanting.
Are you planning on having it in the auditorium or in here or?
Well, right now here, but it may have to be moved out to there because it's kind of growing, just because, which is kind of, I hope it grows, but I hope it's still productive because, when you start getting bigger and bigger, the productivity can decrease. And so, that's kind of my, but then again, if we can all cram in here and just really hash it out and say, this is what we have to offer, this is what we can do, this is, what we're looking into, and, see where we can go to focus on, my first focus, and this is my long-term, my short-term goal is right now Roby, and really focusing on the drugs and, youth nightly activities, because those kind of go hand in hand. Or not nightly activities, but just youth, giving them something else to do. Because when I came on, one thing is the hub was a place to go, and it's kind of, there's not as much focus on that because there isn't as, there's not, to me, it's harder for, and I guess Mr. Edmondson can kind of elaborate on that later on it, but it's not open as much as it used to be.
Well, and COVID just knocked us all down. And
that's
this is just a huge reset for everybody.
And this year, it just seems like this year to me, I've seen, for me personally, in the, what I deal with, I've seen more drugs than I could ever imagine. And it's not just youth, I've just seen more drug abuse and methamphetamine than I could ever have imagined. And it's just getting worse and worse. And Jason said it the best, with drugs, they're like drug addicts and everything are like cockroaches. They love the dark. So when you start shining a light on it and focusing in, they're going to scatter and go somewhere else. So I'm hoping we can create a positive light to hopefully improve our community. And my long-term goal would be is to make this Fisher County, but you got to start small and then build. And so I'd really love to eventually get the other school involved, other community members and churches and everything, and Rotan and get a full Fisher County, but this is a small start.
Let's clarify that the person is not the cockroach. Okay, we're not calling people cockroaches. We're talking the action. We're talking about the illegal activity. And so I just want to make sure that we clarify that we never want to call anyone a cockroach. We're talking about, we want to shed light on those bad behaviors and try to get everyone help where they need it. Yes. And so let's make sure that we understand that,
So
that's it.
Thanks for the clarification on that.
There you go. All good.
A little more PR than I
That's all we have, Ms. Chris.
Anybody else have anything?
No, appreciate you doing that though, Kevin. It has been a problem and, it's good to see somebody taking a step to make something happen.
I hope it will. I hope it'll help. I've just finally got to that point where I just said something's got to be done, and I always ran by the policy: you cram people in the room, and something's going to happen.
Something.
I think you're on the right path, pulling the community together, getting something done. Guess I'll adjourn this meeting.
Guys, y'all have a great night. Mr. Edmondson, have a great vacation.
Yes.
All right, thank y'all.
See ya. Take care.
Do I need to sign anything else?
No, that was did y'all sign the resolutions? I have them right here. You're good to go. That's it. No, I've got those electronic.